Hello, my viewers. It's been a while, and that I made a video since you see me, because I've been doing a lot of movie reviews. I strongly recommend that you watch this entire thing because it's a fan blog. Three subjects I'm going to talk about. Uh, 2012, I believe it might be a great year since there's going to be a lot of great things coming out. I'm already excited for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I really hope that they fix the Spider-Man Ultimate Web Throw being uncatchable. I hope they fix it in this one. If you haven't seen it yet, like the one where I talk about it, then see it right now. Because it doesn't work. So I expect Capcom to actually fix it in this one. The Amazing Spider-Man. I remember doing a video where I talked about why it shouldn't be rebooted, and I said that they should have made Venom really better. I actually deleted those videos because I've been thinking about it for a couple months, and after seeing the other three Spider-Man live-action films, as you notice for you Spider-Man fans, that the real Spider-Man comics from back in the day, 1963, were about how the superpowers affected his life. They're using a 28-year-old to play a 15-year-old, so I hope they actually make it with the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline. What they did fix was the character Gwen Stacy being in the story, because first it was Gwen Stacy and then it was Mary Jane who came in first. Don't I've seen the Lizard before, so apparently he's gonna be in the film, the Lizard. So I'll give him a chance. So hopefully they don't fuck him up. But I have some minor complaints for the Spider-Man suit. I mean, all the black lines that you see in the legs and the back and elsewhere. Um, and they cut a certain part of the back just put the spider logo to make it fit. Like seriously, they couldn't even make it fit in the back, so they had to cut a certain part of the spider design on the back, and you know, and the Spider-Man mask is really great. But I think you guys fucked it up a bit just by adding those things. Because seriously, these guys did it really good. They did the suit perfect, well rendered, well done, and now look what you guys do. Man, I know you're trying to reinvent the story, but just keep the suit how it is. Unless the suit is like a different Spider-Man suit from the comics, then okay, that's understandable. But you see, when it comes to live action movies based on something that I love, I get very picky. I get so picky that I expect everything to be balanced and really good, but not really perfect, but just not even 5% off. I'm just saying this because honestly, they should have just kept the suit how the way it was. And I actually think now that it is a great idea that they remake the Spider-Man franchise and actually fix it, make it better, and not make Spider-Man emo, uh, fucking get more developed on the villains, make a better story, make Peter Parker like more into his character. I honestly think Andrew Garfield wasn't a good choice, by the way, but I think somebody could have did better. But I should give him a chance. So the Spider-Man film will be coming out in July 3rd next year, I believe. The trailer itself, I just gave it a chance. So I was like, please don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up, because I really wanted them to actually do better. So they actually fixed it, but I still can't believe that they just had to do something different with the suit because it just extremely pissed me off. So after seeing the trailer, I said to myself, okay, this movie doesn't actually look too bad. I know these guys will do really better, learn their lesson from the other three Spider-Man films, give us good development, a good development on the villain, make Spider-Man crack jokes like he's supposed to do because he's actually a jokester. So I really want these guys to actually fix it, fix everything, fix the story, fix Spider-Man, fix Peter Parker and every other character. So many people begged for Spider-Man 4, but actually I don't see what's the point, because seriously, it's just gonna have the same cast, it's gonna have the same fucking Peter Parker and the same fucking Mary Jane being a bitch like in the third film, and it would just have so much consistency. And I've read a lot of comments and people wanted Carnage to be in Spider-Man 4. Well, I actually don't think Spider-Man 4 should even exist, because Spider-Man 1, 2, 3 just became a trilogy now. So I don't think there's any other logic in actually continuing. But even though there were more villains that needed to come, but I actually think Spider-Man 4 was done for. So there would be no point because they would continue just fucking up the originality of Peter Parker and Spider-Man himself, and probably other, especially the villains. So I honestly think that Tobey Maguire, who played as Spider-Man, needed to be replaced because he didn't have that Peter Parker feel to it. He didn't act. He wasn't as accurate. He wasn't really accurate as Peter Parker. So that was a really bad choice right there. I did like him as Peter Parker back then when I saw him in the theater, but after just thinking about it now and actually doing a lot of more research, I finally figured it out. That's it. Tobey Maguire, you suck as Peter Parker. I'm sorry. You did okay on the first film on how to build up their superhuman spider DNA. You did okay in the first, but then as the second film went by, you started to drop. In the third film, you just gave up, became emo, started over, and sucked again. I'm sorry, that's just my point of view because that's not how Peter Parker is supposed to be. And I do agree that the third film is bad. It doesn't suck, it's just bad. Because they didn't take as much time as they needed to, and it just felt kind of rushed. You know, and Gwen Stacy is not supposed to be a throwaway character. She's supposed to be in the film for a big role. So that's my rant on the Amazing Spider-Man film coming out in 2012. The movie doesn't actually look bad, so I'll give him a chance. It's great. And the next subject is yes, Street Fighter X Tekken. So as you all probably know, I love Street Fighter so much. I've been playing the Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. After this game gets released, Namco is going to start producing Tekken X Street Fighter. So, judging by the trailers and the gameplay of this video game, it actually looks so well done. The gameplay is absolutely amazing. So it obviously has the Street Fighter 4 fighting engine. So, the characters are what they have so far, but I'm not going to do what I did last time, complaining about the amount of the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 roster before it was released. So I'm not going to do it since I saw Seth Killian say it himself that this is what the characters that they had so far. And you all know, and every time I see a new Street Fighter game or Street Fighter related game, I expect the one character that I love so much, and that character is Goki. I'm not trying to, people say he's a cheap character, which I agree that he is. But I just want him in the game because, you know, he's like one of the top tier characters. And, you know, people even cheat each other with him online. In Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4. What I find really weird is that if you lose one character, you lose pretty much the entire match, which I think is pretty stupid. So, and plus Capcom is making the game. I mean, Capcom, what are you doing? You guys should be making your crossover fighting games like you usually do. You have to fight with all your characters. Why lose with one when you have one more? It makes no sense that way. Come on, Tatsunoko versus Capcom wasn't like that. And now you're gonna switch it up? Like, seriously? It would make no sense. So it would be a waste. If you just lose if you lose with one character, you lose the fight. I mean, you have another character, so it would be a complete waste. The only chance you have is if your characters like, say, Kazuya or Nina, if one of them have very low health or maybe even 2 or 3 hits left, then you have the perfect chance to switch to your next character and maybe try to persevere and hope for the best, trying not to lose, which really pisses me off. But I hope that they'll add a mode or downloadable content where it's not like that. But a lot of us think that doesn't really work. And of course, this game is already out in the arcades. This game is going to come out in March 2012. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really willing to spend money on it because I love Street Fighter, and I also like Tekken. I grew up with Tekken. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Tekken. I have no problem with it. So I hope they put a little bit more characters than they do. I don't want the character roster to turn out like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 how it started. I expect it to have a little bit more. The more characters, the better, and the more stages, the better. So but I don't know why they added Dhalsim in the game. because seriously, Dalsim is like pretty much in almost every Street Fighter game. So Dalsim is like really cheap in a way because he has long range attacks. So Street Fighter X Tekken, I'm really looking forward to it. I love the gameplay. I love the feel to it. I love the see to it. I can't wait to play it. And the last and final subject I'm going to talk about is
on that day,
The Avengers. Alright, so I'm gonna say that they should have called it the Ultimate Avengers because when I saw the trailer after the Captain America first Avenger film, I can tell that most of the Ultimate Avengers characters are there, such as Hulk, Iron Man, and Thor, and Hawkeye. Edward Norton is not going to be played as he's not going to reprise his role as Bruce Banner. Right now, it's going to be Mark Ruffalo, who the only film I saw him in is 13 Going on 30. So Mark Ruffalo is going to play Bruce Banner, which I don't really care about as long as he does really good. The Ultimate Avengers is going to be a very kick-ass film because Marvel is finally doing it again. They released X-Men because that was the first ever Marvel team that they did, which was live action, which sucked. The first 3 X-Men films sucked. They're doing it again finally, and they're gonna do it really, really good. So they're gonna do the Avengers, which I'm gonna call the Ultimate Avengers. I don't care if it's the original title. I think that's just what it is because most of the characters are there. I don't think it should be called the Avengers because Spider-Man is in there, but I know he was in the Avengers. So of course I know Captain America is in the Illuminati team. Also, it's the Black Nick Fury, which is the Ultimate Nick Fury. So there's actually no point in calling it Avengers. He should put Ultimate in it. So it's actually a minor drawback. So the trailer itself is actually pretty amazingly kick-ass. So I love how they fixed Thor again. They fixed Thor how he's supposed to look like an Iron Man with the triangular thing on the thing rather than just a plain old circle. That's actually pretty amazing. So, and the suit looks a little bit the same, but I think it looks different. I don't know. It was just one time. This is the first time I saw the trailer. So if you guys know what the trailer is, send it to me so I can see it very clearly. And again, so the Ultimate Avengers. I've seen the Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2, the animated films. I've seen Ultimate Next Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow. So Ultimate Avengers. I've been anticipating movie since last year. So right now, the Ultimate Avengers film is in production. The Ultimate Avengers, I'm really looking forward to. Marvel, thank you so much for doing this. Especially you, Stanley, Avi Rad, and all the other guys, and probably the person who's directing this film. So pretty much the Ultimate Avengers should have Ultron as the main villain, because I don't know any other villains for the Ultimate Avengers. They just fucked up the part. Like they didn't show how Captain America, the first Avenger, how Captain America was blocked. It was in ice, so he's supposed to be frozen in ice. They'll probably show that scene where he's supposed to be frozen in ice, and then Shield and Nick Fury finds him and thaws him out. So they should do that in the Ultimate Avengers film, which is coming out next year as well. So I really hope they do that, because that way it'll start it up. It's gonna build up the story. It makes more sense that way. Really giving you guys a chance. Don't fuck this up. Make it great. Make it worth our money. Give us good action. Give us good dialogue. And please, I really expect good development and good resemblance. I'm sorry to say this again, but that's what I want. Alright? So Ultimate Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man, and Street Fighter X Tekken coming out in 2012. Look forward to all 3 of them if you are fans like me. And see you later.